Hello and welcome back, and thank you for coming back. A rainy day in downtown Paphos, that's for sure. Just leaving the workshop, so we're going to head into Paphos town. So we're going to take you with us on this little journey. Oching Receiving booth, by the way, is trapped in work, but if you're very lucky, towards the end of the video you might get to see it, because we're going to drive from the Colony Industrial Estate, where the workshop of Mr. Paul is, down into Yereskipu industrial area and hunt for Miss Oching Receiving booth. Anyway, enjoy the drive on a rather damp and rather wet, chilly day in downtown Paphos. Well, it's not that chilly, it's actually 17.5 degrees. So Miss Andrea, Mr. Mart, we're sorry for your weather. We understand it's -5 in Norwich. Well, there you go, what can you say? Hopefully the weather will get a bit better. And please, all of our viewers, if you are on those icy, snowy roads, please be careful and take that little bit of extra care. There's no need to go rushing around. At the end of the day, if you're late, you're late. Speeding, whether the roads are clean, dry, wet or icy, will not get you to your destination on time. So please drive carefully. Here we are. This is the road down from the Colony Industrial Estate, and it takes us into the area known as Alechia, well, that's how I pronounce it anyway, which is the old airport road in plain simple Marika and me English. It's the road that takes you from the airport into Paphos town. That's the road that we're going to join. As you can see, the rain, it's not too bad, but it is bad for Cyprus, obviously. It's a constant drizzle, and they've pretty much forecasted it all day. That's the main cement works on the left hand side there. If you want a bit of concrete to build a house or something, that's where you would want to go. So at the end here is a T-junction. Like I said, if you go left, we would go through the village of Alechi onto the village of Timi, and of course that's where the Paphos International Airport is. But we're going to go right, which will take us into downtown Yereskipu, which is the largest area in the Paphos district. That's where more people live than anywhere else, and that's the main living quarters, and you've got lots of shops and businesses obviously. So stick with us. As you can see, Limassol from here is 56 kilometres, the airport is 8. The next village to the right is Colony, which is 2, and Paphos is 7 kilometres. And this is normally quite a busy road, but as we can see today, we've got an idiot in a car that's just overtaken a bus. There we go. He didn't check his mirrors, but there we go. The bus flashed me to come out, so I did, and then some idiot tried to overtake the bus, but there we go. This is the world that we live in. It seems to me that when there's rain on the ground, the driving gets that little bit worse. And I'm sure if you're in the UK, Germany, or perhaps Antwerp, Mr. Phil, when there's snow on the ground, you may have noticed that the driving gets worse as well. Luckily, I've got eyes in the back of my head, the side of my head, and everywhere else as well. And I'm very alert when I'm driving, even with a camera in my hand. There we go. So I'm sure some people are enjoying watching the rain coming down, seeing us suffer that little bit. But the temperature, to be honest, is 17.5 degrees, so it's not too bad. If we were to take a left here onto the purpose-built Hotels Road, as we call it, it would take us down to the downtown Cato Paphos area, the Hotels Road, and of course onto the promenade area and then onto the harbour area. But like I say, we're going into the area known as Yereskipu. That's the next little stop. So this is the village just before Yereskipu. This is called Colony, well that's how I pronounce it anyway. I'm the godfather, as Oching Receiving booth says. The gentleman in front seems to be driving very carefully and very sensibly, but I can actually see he's actually got a mobile phone in his hand, which is why he's driving so slowly. But at least he is driving cautiously, shall we say. Popular taverna coming up on the left hand side. It's called the Colony Costa. That's the name of the gentleman who runs it, Taverna. And it's normally very, very busy indeed. Not this time of year, obviously. In fact, I think it only opens on a Friday and a Saturday night, and possibly for Sunday lunch. Perhaps we'll have to go and investigate it. So here we are. We're now about to enter the metropolis known as Yereskipu. Sometimes spelt with a Y, and in this case, as you can see, it's spelt with a G. You've got Stella's coffee shop over there on the right hand side. Doesn't do a bad coffee. You've got a barber shop, you've got a beauty line, you've got a fast food place, all sorts of little businesses, by the way, come along here. Got another coffee shop called Coffee Paws on the left hand side. I often go there for coffees. You've got Ilamia Motors, luxury car dealer, Paparandonia supermarket on the left there. Got a big DIY shop on the right. You've got a panel beater, that's all he does there. So if we've got something that needs to be banged about, that's where we take the parts and he bangs them about for us, shall we say. Further shops, restaurants, army fatigue shop over there, Petrolina petrol station. There you go, Miss Andrea, €1.48 for a litre. So we're pretty much on a parity with the price that you've got in the UK, but of course your pound buys that little bit more of a euro, so ours is that little bit cheaper, shall we say. But remember, the salaries in Cyprus are quite a lot lower than the salaries in the UK. If anyone's wondering, you know, they say in Cyprus that the average salary is 24,000 euros. I don't know many people who earn 24,000 euros, that's for sure. Luckily for me, I do, but most of the locals don't earn anywhere near that much, shall we say. The average salary for most of the people in Paphos, if you're curious to know, will be somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500 euros, and you'll need to have a pretty good job if you're on 1,500 euros or more. Anyway, downtown Yereskipu Square has just come up on the left. You've got a big photography place coming up in the camera there on the left, wedding photographer, that kind of thing. You've got the Archbishop's Museum coming up, if I can't say it, Ecclesiastical Museum on the left hand side there. You've got Hellenic Bank on the right hand side. You've got a further petrol station coming up and quite a big kiosk right in front of you. But stick with us, we're going to go towards the Debenhams roundabout, and then just before that we are going to take a right and we're going to go up the main drag to the Yereskipu Industrial Estate, and we're going to come and see if we can surprise Miss Ochingwasiviala Booth. Hopefully she's in. If not, well, you've got to put up with me all the way through the video and you don't even get to see her beautiful face at the end. So let's hope she's in. Papa Antonio Bakery on the left hand side there. You've got the Tall Boy DIY shop there on the right. We call it the Tall Boy because he is tall. He's about 6'3". His wife is quite tall as well, and his daughter's about 6'1". Hence we call him the Tall Boy. One of our popular lunching spots there. Something always on the grill, that's what it's called, on the left hand side there. And you've got a Prada shops over here. You've got a gymnasium in there. Someone was asking the other day. There is a gym in there. I think that could be the closest gym to the Cato Paphos Harbour area, but we're going to investigate that, because obviously there are gyms in the hotels, but most of the hotels will not let you enter their gyms to use their equipment, of course, unless you stay in there. So we're going to stop here, wait for this traffic to clear, and then we're going to go right. And of course this is the main drag up into the Yereskipu industrial area. You've got Karma Water, that's a water purification filtration company there, island wide. This is a bit of a residential area now for Yereskipu. This is a car dealer, if you understand me here. I know him quite well. We're car traders, should we say. We often trade cars together. Just coming up over here is the office of the Ochingwasiviala Booth. Now, the Booth's car, the work car, is not here, so possibly she's not here. But let's go and have a quick look and see if she is. You never know. Maybe one of the other Gumbarus took the car. Oh, there is the Ochingwasiviala Booth. There we are. She's worried about her work colleagues. The look. There we are. Right, you have stuck with us, and you did get to see the beauty of the Arch English CB album booth. Anyway, we'll take a left. Her work colleagues don't understand that we've got a YouTube channel, if you understand me. YouTube in Cyprus, believe it or not, is actually not that popular. It is quite surprising that we come across people and we say, we've got a YouTube channel, and they go, what's that? But there we go. They look at other things. We've got, I mean, like, to give you an example, in the UK, most people know what WhatsApp is. In Cyprus, most people don't. But they use a rival company which is called Viber. Now, I've probably said that name, and a lot of people in UK don't know what it is. So perhaps our local Gumbarus, the Cypriots, are watching, I don't know, Greek Tube or something like that. Anyway, this is the main industrial estate, but we're working our way out of it, and we're going to come to the little roundabout at the end. And you've got Kiobia, by the way, Dave Jono on the right hand side. If you want to pop in there, that's the main distribution point for Kiobia in the Paphos area. It's made in Paphos, and then it's shipped around to the depots around the island, and that's the one for Paphos. This is the main industrial area for Paphos town. Anything from used car parts to MOTs, etc, etc. And then this is the old original Paphos Mall that closed in 2012, and now it's reopening very, very shortly, and it's now being rebranded as the Neon Mall of Paphos. On the right hand side, that's the Uptown McDonald's, and in front of us is the Blue Cross Private Hospital. Again, a very good hospital indeed. I know a couple of people who unfortunately had to check in there, but luckily they came out, so it's not a bad place. Talking about gyms, that's the Energy Gym there on the left hand side. That's a very, very popular gym, but that's about 6 kilometers from the downtown Cato Paphos area. So we'll have to go and investigate and see if there's any gyms down there, because we've had a request to see if there are any gyms down there. As we come up here on the left hand side, we've got the Alpha Mega supermarket, hypermarket. This is the Uptown Alpha Mega. You've got an Uptown and you've got a Downtown. The Downtown one is literally across the road to the main Paphos Mall. So where are we now? We're coming up to the main Limassol roundabout. That's where we are. So we'll be very patient, and we will wait here at the traffic lights. If you were to go filter left, you would go into an area that's, well, eventually going to end up on the Masogi Road, which is where all the big electrical shops are, big retailers, etc, etc. And again, if you kept going, you'd end up in Polis, as the sign says. And you can go that way for the general hospital, or you can go straight over here and take the second left, and you would go to the general hospital. But anyway, like I'm saying, this is the Limassol roundabout. If we're going to go straight over it, by the way, we're off home. We're going to up to Konya and up through and on to Armu. But if you were to go round there to the right and take the next exit, you'd be on your way back to the industrial estate where I'm from, should we just say, or keep going for Pasuri and on to Limassol, and then on to Larnaca and Nicosia. But this way again, you can go that way for Anabargos, the general hospital, and Polis if you were to take a left. So we're now entering the village of Konya. You've often seen us coming down at this road, but I don't think you've ever seen us going up this road. So this is now Konya village. And then on the right hand side there is a very old and traditional coffee shop. Sometimes it's open and sometimes it's not. This is the Konya Taverna on the left hand side, often very, very busy, even in the winter on a Friday and Saturday night. That's the Konya Kiosk, and then that is the Konya Pharmacy. That's pretty much it for Konya. Well, it's a hair salon over there run by an English lady on the right hand side. Now we're into pure residential, although there is a car valeter just up the road here on the right hand side. His name is Lucas. He's a really nice guy. He does cars for us now and again. There he is. Premium hand car wash and detailing centre, and it's called the Duck Centre. Great name for a car valeter. Really nice lad. They value your car for about €100 or so, and does a good job. Like I say, this is the main road up through Konya village, and then it takes us up to the village of Armu. And Armu, the road splits. You can go left into Armu village, right into Marathonda village, or keep going straight, and you will keep going to Memphis Hills, and you will keep going, and the pinnacle will be the village of Yeroskipu. Sorry, not Yeroskipu, Episcopi. There we go, up the top there. Confusing my English with my Greek names. And you can get out of Episcopi, but you would need a four-wheel drive. It's like a track that would take you out onto the road that joins the Nata. But I've lost you there, I know. So this is the main road up to Armu, and as you can see, it's starting to, well, piddle down, shall we say. So if you want to see us suffer in downtown Paphos, this is the video to watch. Slowly but surely it's getting heavier and heavier as we climb up. Apparently in the Troodos Mountains today it's still +5, if anyone's curious. So we haven't dropped to minus in the Troodos even yet. So we're having a very, very mild winter indeed. And in the Cyprus press yesterday, it actually said that we've only had 3% of the normal rainfall for December. So that shows you how kind the weather has been to us so far this year. And again, we do feel sorry for some of our family members who are in the northern hemisphere where it is minus. And again, please, when you're out and about, wrap up warm, and please drive very, very carefully. We know it's the festive season, but please take extra care, because we'd like to see you all again next year. So this is the village of Armu. We've arrived on a wet, damp December day, if you're wondering what time of year it is. Christmas is a knocking. It's just around the corner. 17 days to New Year's Eve and a week to Christmas Eve. I think it's 10 days, isn't it? 10 days to Christmas Eve, or thereabouts. Don't forget to come back to us over Christmas, because you're probably going to find us wiggling and waggling around. Miss Ella will be about. I wouldn't be surprised. We'll go and do some celebrations. You never know, she might even get to meet the dog. There's the abode of Mr. Paul and Arching Receiver Booth. A couple of cars parked outside. In fact, one of them's not even mine. The other one belongs to Mr. Paul, if you're watching Mr. Paul. There's your car. We're going to keep going. Take you up to the area known as Memphis Hills, which is a luxurious 5-star golf resort with multi-million euro villas and a hotelish apartment complex and spas. It's almost finished. I think you can stay there, and there are a few people in residence. So stick with us and enjoy the drive. As you can see, this road is a bit of a wiggler and a bit of a waggler, but it's a spectacular road with some truly spectacular views. Even on a wet, damp day, it's a spectacular road to drive along. And the rumour has it that this is the area now where the bypass is going to join off the main highway and take us on our travels to Polis Christianios, which is on the other side of the island. But they've been talking about this road for the last 25-30 years. But they are slowly starting to put bits of it in, if you understand, main interlink. So I've been told they are constructing a main interlink there. Only time will tell, obviously. As you can see, the rain is picking up because the automatic wipers are speeding up. Now slowly starting to slow down a little bit. We'll give this chappie a bit of space in front because he's a customer of mine. Quite a popular vehicle with expats. And that one in front, I think it's a 2001. But in general, once you've bought one of those Mitsubishi Pajeros, they're like Nissan Patrols and Toyota Land Cruisers. Once you've bought one, you feel indestructible, and well, they never break down. So people tend to keep them for 20 years or so. But now and again he does catch his lamppost. Well, not now and again, quite often. So we're on first name terms, shall we say. He lives just up the road. He's obviously been down to do his shopping. He understands that we're in for 2 or 3 days of this. So don't forget to come back tomorrow. The odds are you're going to see us suffering again in rainy downtown Paphos on the island of love, Cyprus. See you, Mr. Jackson. Drive carefully. This is it. This is Memphis Hills. That's where the security boys hang out. But it's a little bit too cold for them today. So they're probably in the clubhouse having one of those Nigel Big Gun cocktails to warm them up. So one day, all of this is going to be golf properties. As we climb up, you're going to start to see that they have built quite a few of them. I think there's about 100 of them so far been built. And there's some townhouses going to come up. There's a hotelish apartment place with a spa, main golf house, clubhouse, and of course an 18-hole golf course. It wouldn't be a golf resort without a golf course, that's for sure. And it's won awards. There we go. So these are the towny housey ones. They've got a price of around about 750 to €1,000,000. There's some just over yonder under construction. And now the main resort is just about to start. There we go. That's all the admin team and the architects there on the left. There's some of the rather nice, modernish, futuristic bungalow style villas. And then down the lower part they are 2 stories. Some have got spectacular mountain views. As you see, there's an awful lot more to build, that's for sure. But there's not a lot of golf going on today. Golf course is coming up now on the left-hand side. And on the right-hand side, that is the hotel apartment complex, stroke spa, entertainment complex, and again a lot of it's still being built over here, as you can see. There are 1 or 2 cars in the car park there, and that's the main clubhouse restaurant on the left, and as I say, that's the main apartment hotel complex and spa, beauty rooms and shops that are on the right, the Memphis Hills Resort. So all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, and of course if you do like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe, and please come back for a little bit more of our madness. I'll leave you to enjoy the rain. Thanks for watching. Ooh.